So I was watching the finale very closely last night, and what I really liked seeing was like you and Paige like getting along. Like
We
so,
were.
so tell me more about that because I remember when I interviewed her, she was not really pro Christine.
Hated me. Yeah, and I didn't like her either. But you know what? It's all game stuff. We're outside the game. We're all family now, and we get along. And, Paige is a sweetie, even though she traps animals. I'm gonna have to talk to her about that.
So tell me, like I really like talking to the pre-jury. You probably don't like talking to me when you're pre-jury, but I love it because I love sort of getting your perspective because you got to see it at the same time we did. What did you think of how the season played out?
I liked it. It was interesting. You really didn't know what was going to happen this season. I feel like everybody was such a strong player. There was all these little key moves that could have been made or should have been made or were made. It just was always, you were always on the edge, like who's going to do what and what's going to happen here. And I think this season was pretty exciting. I loved it.
Would you have voted for Tim had he made it? Okay, here we go. Okay, our first no, and why?
Absolutely no Tim. I love Tim. He's amazing. But he's been there. He's done that. Pay it forward, give it to somebody who hasn't had that. I'm more of a compassionate voter, and I feel like anybody else but Tim.
If you had sort of made it, past the jury, what was your game plan going in? I know, like, at the beginning of the game, you referred to yourself as, like, a lone wolf. How would that strategy have evolved once you made it sort of, like, at the midway point?
Yeah, actually, just as I was getting evicted, I was getting stronger with alliances like me, Maddie, Ramsey, Dallas, and even Levita. We had a little side thing, too. So I also was aligning myself with Mitch and Joel. So I was really just starting to get into the, alliances and working with everybody, and that was where I was going with that. I mean, I can't say for step by step what would have happened, but that's where I was going. I was really aligning with everybody, and I was really good and tight with Tim and Cass too. So I pretty much had the whole house with me at that time.
Why is there such an anti-third wheel sentiment? Like just once I want somebody who wasn't in the third wheel to say, I like those guys, but it seems like everybody's kind of like, I prefer the middle. I prefer the Dallas side of the house. Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. I think because the third wheel was so strong from the instant, like it was instant day one, that they were just so bonded and they were in instant alliance and they were instant friends. I think that just was really threatening to everybody and maybe a little annoying too because they were so rubbing it in everybody's faces. It was kind of like, we're together all the time. Like, okay, we get it. And it just got old after a while.
When you saw that it had come down to Kelsey and the brothers, did you already know that it was the brothers in a landslide?
I didn't know, to be honest. I mean, I was brothers, and then the questions started happening, and I thought the brothers screwed themselves in the questions. I did. I thought, okay, maybe Kelsey's taking it. And then the brothers went through, and I was like, yay.
And what's next for you, Christine?
Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I'm just working out my shit.
There it is. Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Good to see you again.